Hi, I'm Phoebe,
I'm Jay.
and this is Conversations with Phoebe and Jay, your Bible besties, episode
Seven.
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 Yes. You may be wondering, why are they sitting on the floor? It is his fault.
It's not my fault. It's the fault of the rains and my, I don't want to say poorly built apartment,
His
but
poorly built apartment. His poorly built
but
apartment.
yeah, my
And that is
walls.
why they say when you're looking for a place to live, go in the rainy season.
Yeah, well,
His walls are leaking water.
not leaking, soaking water. So I've had to redo my apartment walls, which has also given me a chance to sort of redesign a little bit.
What
But,
are you redesigning again?
I mean, that's it's not privy to anybody. It's just me and my madam that will see it. So it's
Oh,
all right.
wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm his best friend. Wow. That's cool. That's fine.
So today, what are we doing? We were going to continue the series on the Christianese, but
He said it's too deep.
yeah, some of the other ones that we have penned down are a little bit in depth.
Who is the we is you? It's what we is
Way
you.
too in depth for us to handle in, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. And instead of doing that, I was reading up on, I think it was, no, I don't want to give it away because then that's like skipping to the end of the episode. But I was basically reading one of the characters in the New Testament, and I realized that a lot of the things that I knew about that person was actually not necessarily the truth. So it led me down I wouldn't say a rabbit hole. A rabbit hole is deep. But some of these are like just
No, but still,
fun
like,
tidbits.
rabbit hole.
and
That
stuff
doesn't
like
necessarily
that.
mean deep, but like
So we will, I think there are five. Let me check. Yes, there are five of them. Progressing from basic fun fact all the way up until something that our understanding or recollection of threatens perhaps what we are supposed to absorb from it, right? So today's episode is Bible stories we remember wrongly, or we add details where they don't exist.
so he's trying to say Sunday school teachers lied to you. That's what he said.
She's a Sunday school teacher,
I'm
so
not a
if
Sunday
she
school
says that she's free,
I'm not part.
but if I say that, like, I will get in trouble at church. So
That was
that Sunday school teachers are lying. She's saying it. She'll take it up with her superiors. It's not
me.
my
I
business.
didn't say. I'm just saying he said. He is trying to say that. Let's carry on.
Anyway, so today's premise is that a lot of the times you find that we have inherited biblical stories through pictures, movies. I was going to say probably even Sunday school. Even so,
Say it. That is true.
more than the Bible. But when I was researching for this episode, right, I realized that every single pictorial representation or children's book or whatever else we want to call it has those exact things that we are talking about today in there. So perhaps the Sunday school teachers are actually not as much to blame as much as whoever did those illustrations and has propagated them all of these years. So, number one, Adam and Eve ate what?
Yeah, banana.
No, but in all seriousness.
I'm just joking. That was a fruit.
In all seriousness, yes.
It was a fruit.
Adam and Eve ate a fruit, and that's in Genesis 3 and 6. It says that she took some of its fruit and ate it.
Yeah.
But all of us know that, I use the term loosely, know that Adam and Eve ate what?
It was an apple.
Exactly. And this is exactly
a red apple to be precise.
Exactly. It's not even green or anything.
Green, it's a red apple.
It's a red apple. And we even go so far as to say that is why men have an Adam's.
Really?
You've never heard this
I
before.
never.
But yeah.
I mean, okay, well, the theory I had was because when Adam ate the apple, he choked, like a milk was stuck in his throat and he choked and he couldn't cover it up. That's why he has an Adam's apple. But then I didn't know that is where.
Maybe I'm just making it up as we go along. I don't know.
Hey.
But you think about it.
Conspiracies.
You think about it, and it's a harmless detail,
Yeah.
right? It's not something that's necessarily going to change the outcome of the story. It
Yeah.
doesn't affect anyone. It's just a fun little thing that maybe we are doing to make children remember the story more and more. But like, there's not much to go into over there, you know. But if you think about it, it makes you realize how quickly assumptions, inferences, and personal, should I say, additions at a point become almost fact. Because if you ask anyone, they will tell you Adam and Eve ate
An apple.
I've heard some people say some crazy, like, speaking about conspiracy theories. This is like a sidebar.
Okay.
It's not really part of what we are
saying.
But I've heard people say that the forbidden fruit was sex and all of that.
Really?
People have wild stories.
Oh, wow.
People have wild
stories. That's I'm hearing of this one.
Going on another tangent, I remember you and I had a conversation. It wasn't a conversation, it was a Bible study. We were talking about Noah when his sons uncovered his nakedness.
Oh, yeah.
And we were saying that some people have also said that uncovering of the nakedness means his son had sexual relations
with his wife
or with him, or
yeah.
But
yeah. Write this down. When you go tell me, we'll ask God. Yeah, I have my list. So I think I said this in an episode that I have my list.
Times.
So you just pen it down. When we get to like, okay, Heavenly Father. Question number 1.
You said it multiple times. So that's the first one. I think it's pretty basic. Like, it's not anything that will build anyone's faith or help them grow spiritually or anything.
But why an apple though? Of all the fruits you could pick, why
I don't know. When I think I researched it. I'm coming. Did I write it down? I didn't write it down, but I think they said it was some guy's illustration, and he painted an apple, and that became like the standard, the status quo. Yeah. I've forgotten what his name was. I think it was British. It's probably British. But I should have written it down. My bad. That's on me, guys.
As on you.
That's on me.
Truly.
It's something that has been repeated through generations. Like, even anyone who's not even a Christian
thinks it's an apple.
So that's the first one. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add. It was just supposed to be like fun to break the ice.
It's not apple. That's not something. It could be watermelon. That's my favorite fruit anyway. So
I mean, it can't be, right? Because they said it was hanging off a tree.
Well, point taken. Yeah. Bananas hang off a tree
they
as well.
They do hang off trees. Yeah.
Pawpaw. But you can't bite into a pawpaw.
No. But it can't be a banana then as well, right? Because you have to
peel, yeah, true.
So maybe that's why it is an apple. Because an apple, you just take it.
Yeah, just take them. But probably, yeah, that makes sense. But then you
skin a pear, right? You skin
a pear.
You skin an orange.
No, but then okay, it depends on the pear. Like if you're talking like if you're not talking avocado you peel.
Yeah.
But like the regular pear, you can bite into it. Yeah, but I don't know if it. I think it also grows on a tree.
I don't know. I've not seen.
It couldn't be an orange because orange you would have to peel.
Yeah. So maybe
that's why.
Maybe that actually
maybe that's why.
But then guava. Do you skin a guava?
I've never seen a guava in real life. I don't know what guava looks like. I don't know how big it is. I don't know if it hangs from a tree. I don't know. All I've seen is what I've seen on the juice boxes. I've not seen guava in real life. But then, I mean, apple, because there are a couple of fruits that I know, like peaches and apricots and stuff, like hang on trees. But then again, I think it's an apple because although they all hang on trees, from what I've seen, people usually don't bite into a peach or like they slice it up or something. Maybe that's why it's an apple, because I mean, it fits the description.
It does.
Hang fruits, bite into it.
Yeah. Although I've seen people bite bananas raw without peeling them.
They are psychopaths.
So yeah, maybe that is actually
maybe that's why. It's because
it does kind of
make sense.
It does kind of make sense. But why red? Why not green?
I think red apples. I don't know.
Are nicer. I don't know. I don't eat apples. I drink apple juice, but I don't eat apples.
Interesting enough, though. Like I think. So maybe you know why people do things in their context. I think over there, red apples are more common than green apples.
In Europe,
I think so. Because here in Ghana, green apples are quite popular. Yeah, but I think out there, it's red apples are very, very, very seem to be quite common. So maybe probably that's why it's based on the context. You produce what you know.
Yeah.
So if I know red apples
That's
and I'm
what you
drawing an
put down.
apple, I would draw a red apple probably. Yeah.
But I probably should have done a little bit more. It was supposed to be a bit of fun, so I didn't take my time to like go deep inside.
In all things, do it like you're doing it for the Lord. It's in the Bible.
I am. But like, I should have actually tried to find out what fruits are common to that area, like the Middle East, Transjordan.
Probably, yeah.
I should have. In my mind, I'm thinking fig because that's the tree that I know Jesus walked up to, thinking that it was going to be, ripe, ready for eating, and it wasn't. So he cursed the tree. I don't know. I would have said grapes, but grapes grow on vines.
Grapes grow on vines.
Yeah. You know what? Apple it is.
Maybe again because they said garden, apples usually grow in an orchid, like it's like a big garden space, and that's why. Maybe that's why they choose apple.
I don't know.
We never know.
But the point is,
the person alive. Can we text him and ask him?
I don't think.
Oh, he did.
It's not fundamental to the lesson of the story.
Yeah. But the point is, it wasn't an apple. It was.
We don't know.
We don't know what it was.
It could have.
It was a fruit.
Yeah.
It could be a fruit that no longer exists because things go into extinction. Anyway.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Maybe
it could have been a plantain.
It can't be a plantain.
I mean, plantain is really sweet. Like you can.
But you can't bite into a plantain.
You have to peel it first.
Like a banana. Yeah. Maybe it was a fruit called fruit. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, it's true.
It could be a fruit called fruit, but then we no longer call that fruit anymore.
Yeah, and maybe all fruits were called fruits because that fruit first fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next in line. Let's go.
Number two. It's a little bit of a step up. So how do I say? It's something that we've all heard multiple times. Again, illustrations, videos, pictures, teachings, stories, whatever you want to call them. But we all, you know what? Let me not even say we all. Jonah and the
octopus. Jonah and the whale.
Jonah and the whale. Again, it's like a detail that we've added.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the story in any way. It can be a tiger fish. Is it a tiger fish?
Is it a tiger fish? I don't know. Probably.
I don't know why that came to my mind. It must exist
if it came to my mind. It probably is.
It could have been a tilapia. It could have been whatever. The reason why I say that is because God is God. But then again, it says big fish. Thinking about it, there are places in the Psalms and other parts of the Old Testament where they talk about Leviathan being a big creature that frolics in the sea, in the ocean. So I don't know why we have over the years depicted it as a whale. Probably that makes sense to us logically.
The whale is the biggest mammal. But that wasn't even a fish, it's a mammal.
It is. But then again, maybe they didn't have words to describe like mammals and stuff like that.
Probably.
Because it's ancient Jewish, so.
There is also possible that in transcription or in like transcribing certain words were so maybe that would be the same for Adam and Eve though.
The fruit, right?
Also, maybe the fruit has a name, but then in transcribing they couldn't really get it, so they just put.
Yeah.
Who knows? Write it down when you go to heaven. About a big fish, wasn't there a whale?
Yeah, it was a big fish.
Although I've actually never cared about whether it was a whale or a shark or I don't care. It
doesn't matter.
What I've tried to understand is like, because if you look at fish and their internal, what space?
But then a whale has enough space.
Well,
that's probably why
because fish are very
narrow, but whales are wide.
No, whales are wide.
Whales are wide, and they say their tongue is as big as an elephant. So,
I mean, it's the largest.
But that's, I think, the humpback whale. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, there are different types of whales.
It's become like a nature episode today. We've talked about fruits.
National Geographic.
We've talked about fruits, now we're talking about fish. Who knows where we are going to go next? Actually, I think we're still going to continue in the animals. Wink, wink.
What are you winking at?
For them.
Okay. Wink, wink. Why did wink, wink even become a thing?
I don't know. You can just wink. I've always maintained that I hate it when people do stuff like that. Like when people say sigh instead of actually sighing. Or like, I don't know, shrug instead of actually shrugging your shoulders. Like,
wink, wink. But anyway, yeah. So it wasn't a whale,
it wasn't
guys.
It was a big fish.
It was a big fish.
It was a very big fish.
A very big fish. A big fish.
And we're not supposed to be doing like teachings or anything, but every time I talk about Jonah and the whale, I have to add
You
this.
just said Jonah and the whale. Jonah and the big fish.
Jonah and the big fish. My bad. You get the point. Every time I talk about Jonah and his story, the question that always was in my mind was, have you seen that guy's message? People say that Peter's message in Acts is probably one of the best sermons they've ever heard. I would counter and say that Jonah's sermon, not even a sermon, his lackadaisical attitude to preaching probably led to the greatest revival, right? I'll read. I'll try and find word for word what he says. Give me 1 second. It's in Jonah chapter 3. It's the shortest. I think it's the shortest sermon recorded in the Bible, and yet it says Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city. Mind you, it takes 3 days to go through the city. So if you start walking from the entrance, you have to walk 3 continuous days before you get to the other side.
Okay.
That's Nineveh, right? Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. That's 8 words. It led to a revival of the entire nation, the entire city, everyone from the king to the slave, even their animals. Even their animals. It says all the heads, the animals, the flocks, all of them fasted. Everybody. 8 words.
I ain't gonna lie.
8 words.
If I was in Nineveh and I see a nigga pop out of a fish, I would probably believe everything you just said.
You know the crazy part? That is actually the reason why they repented.
Yeah.
Now the question is why?
If I'm minding my business, I'm on the beach, and the whale comes to shore.
You're still saying whale.
Now, whatever. Whale, fish, shark, dolphin, orca, octopus, squid, whatever it is.
It actually could have been a giant squid, now that I think about it.
But squids are not fish. Squids are. What are squids again? I didn't know. Those are not crustaceans.
No, crustaceans are like
Crustaceans are
shrimps and
shrimps.
lobsters.
Squids are. There's a term for them.
We are digressing.
Thank you. As I was saying, if I was on the beach and any sort of sea creature popped up, and then one human being walks out and comes to tell me that the Lord said, I'm like, say less. We move regardless.
That's the thing though.
But that's also dangerous because you can't just go believing.
No, that's the thing. That was the symbol of their god Dogon. A half man, half fish. So as soon as they saw that, in their mind, their god has come to tell them.
Oh.
That's why it was like very easy for them to believe. So see, we're not supposed to be preaching, but when I was preparing for this, I realized two verses. We all say Romans 8:28, that all things work together for the good of them who love him and are called according to his purpose. But more than that, if you look at what Joseph told his brothers in Genesis, where he said that you guys meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. Jonah's running away from God was not a surprise to God. God knew that he will get on that boat and he will try and go for Tarshish.
Yeah.
And they will throw him in the water.
Yeah.
And a big fish will come and swallow him.
Yeah.
That big fish spitting Jonah out at the beach of Nineveh or whatever it was actually the miracle. Sure. If you actually think about it. Because it always like beats my mind. That guy did not want to do their job. Even when he begged God and said, God, I'll go and do. When he went, Charlie, 8 words. 8 words. We are here pushing Peter and saying that like that's the greatest sermon because 5,000 or 3,000 were added to the number that day. This guy spoke 8 words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
8.
That was it. The whole nation fasted. So I say all of that to say that this one
8 words is all you need.
is all you need
to change somebody's life.
It's all you need.
So speak those 8 words.
It's all you need. So yes, as much as the fish, what species it was, doesn't matter. There are still some lessons to take from that, story that I feel like sometimes we just gloss over.
Yeah.
But we're not supposed to preach, but God does his things how he wants to do.
Me, I feel you are the one who does the preaching. Me, I'm just here for vibes. I'm just kidding though.
She's kidding. She's kidding. She's here to make sure that the episode does not become,
Become what? A sermon.
Because if you leave me,
I too will very soon enter my sermon era.
You should go to story number 3.
Number 3.
We should waste time here small.
Why? What else is there to say about Jonah?
Jonah
and his big fish, and the big fish.
Nothing actually, but it's basically the same thing that we did before.
I mean, God is really interesting, though.
Yes, it's creative in his miracles as well.
Space God has, there's. I think I came across this animation on. I think I've shared it with you before. Some animation, like it was basically like a humorous take on certain things that happen in the Bible.
I'm sure you have, but I forgot.
It's on TikTok. There was, and even aside that, people that do like these Christian skits like Ayo on Instagram, people always like get offended that you're making fun. I'm like, God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I mean, for you to be looking for your son, and then if he ask you, and you ask him where, you tell him that don't you know from my father's house?
Like
that's very interesting.
He does.
It's very funny. I mean, of all the things you could have, because there were many ways to get Jonah to Nineveh, and he chose a fish.
And answered the prayer.
And we're like at the right. It's not like the fish dropped him like halfway to Nineveh or like a town away where he had to catch another ride, but like right at the beach of Nineveh.
Crazy scene.
Well, that should tell you something. I don't know what will tell you, but I will tell you something.
Again. But my favorite, I feel like one day we should actually do. The ideas are plenty, but the 10 plagues of Egypt.
Yeah.
I always see. Sometimes I'm curious about things that people might consider unnecessary, but I always find that those are the things that actually make you see. I wouldn't call them hidden things, but it's just there. It's just that we don't see because it doesn't mean anything to us. But every single one of those 10 plagues actually attacks every single one of the Egyptian pantheon, if that's what they are.
You mentioned. Yeah. I think you told me that. Yeah, you told me that.
I told you that. Like him, the one that always is in my mind is like him blacking out the
darkness,
sky.
Yeah,
that's Ra, the sun god.
The sun god.
The desecration of the, what do you call it? The Nile. There was a Nile god. The frogs, there was a god whose symbol was like frogs, so overrunning the land. There was nuts as in GN8 making the land hard. There was a god that they thought was the god of, making the land fertile, blah, 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 blah. And the last one, which was Pharaoh. We have digressed, but it's fine. The last one, which was Pharaoh. Pharaoh, they used to consider Pharaoh a god, right? So being able to harm Pharaoh by taking his son's life was like, you guys are nothing. We are digressing, but
read your Bible, guys.
And ask questions. Questions that no one will ask. Anything that seems silly to you, ask why. Ask why. Somebody has already asked.
Ask why.
Somebody has already asked.
Ask who.
The answers will be there.
Ask what?
The answers will be there. Anyway.
Number 3.
When you think of Noah, you see, it's not fun to do this with you because we've gone through some of these on other Bible studies.
You're saying I'm not fun?
No, I'm saying it's not fun to do this specific episode with you because you know the right answers to all of them. But let's play act. No, we're not act. Let's pretend.
Who built the ark.
Let's pretend. When you think of Noah
Yes.
and you look at any depiction of the story of Noah,
Yes.
if you ask any single person on this planet,
Yes.
Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Baha'i, whatever it is, non-believer,
Uh-huh.
atheist, all the rest, and you ask them, how did Noah take the animals into the ark? What is likely to be the answer?
2 by 2.
2 by 2, right? So every animal, two
2 by
pairs.
2.
So
2
we have
pairs.
2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days.
And
2
it
days,
made
2 days.
sense to me.
It did, right?
Why? Because it's just like, oh, but 2. But I'm like, wait. It's male and female. And animals give birth to multiple. So it's very easy to repopulate the earth with animals. I mean, a dog can give birth to like 5 pups. And those 5 pups can marry themselves, not marry themselves, but then,
Shag themselves.
not shag themselves, but interact with themselves and produce 5 more pups. And next thing you know, you have a whole,
Litter.
But then again, after about it, I'm like, wait, there are dogs, but there are different breeds of dogs. I'm like, how? I'm like, well, then again, evolution could happen. So, certain dogs may find themselves in certain situations, and so therefore their bodies will adapt into certain things in certain ways. Plus, human beings are very crafty when it comes to science and stuff.
Animal breeding, yeah.
Yeah, because some dogs, like is it a French bulldog, was actually a science experiment.
I wouldn't be surprised. Those animals don't look
So I think
like something God would make.
I don't know if it is all. I don't know how correct it is, but it looks like it seems most of the miniature dogs were experiments.
So like they take
specific features of certain breeds of animals to get like a tiny one that is like,
cute,
because back
portable.
then dogs were more for protection and hunting and not really domestic like
creatures.
Yeah, so even if they are home, it's like shepherding. So that's why you have the sheepdog and then the Alsatians and stuff like that. And so they wanted something that you could keep in the house, carry around with you. So they came up with the miniature creature. But I digress. Again, National Geographic.
Sponsor us.
But I mean, to me, it makes sense. Like 2 by 2 made sense. What I think I didn't understand was probably like it took me a long time to understand how you could have, say, a lion and you could have like a gazelle in the same place and then there's no chaos, right? But I think some time ago we studied Noah.
We did, yeah.
And I was saying that I think the peace of God and His presence and all of that was in there. So I mean, once God's peace is there can't be any form of chaos. But I wondered, how did they feed themselves? Okay, then again, hens have chicks and lay eggs. And I don't think God restricted them to not eating any animals.
I don't know. It doesn't give us those details.
But yeah, it wasn't 2 by 2.
It doesn't give us those
Tell them
details.
what it was.
It was 2 by 2 for most of them. But for the clean animals and for some other animals, it said 7 pairs. So every kind of bird, male and female, 7 pairs. And then for the clean animals as well, there were 7 pairs. So you might wonder why. But then if you skip
7 is perfection.
Could be.
7 is a symbol of perfection in the Bible, so probably.
Could be. But if you skip all the way to Genesis chapter 8, verses 20, this is after they had come out of the ark, after the waters had dried down, It says that Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it.
Oh,
so think about it.
You have to make room for excessive stuff for sacrificial purposes.
If he had only taken 2 sheep, male and female.
But male and female can give birth to 3 lambs.
But I don't think they will be like doing any of those things in the ark. I don't think so.
Who knows? You never know.
I don't think so.
Again, right now when we go, we ask Noah. We need a docu-series on the ark.
There are so many things that people have said about that as well. Like, the Bible says that we're digressing. Let's finish this first and then we'll come back to that.
The Bible says let's digress. It's a conversation. It happens all the time.
The Bible says that the ark landed on the Mount of Ararat.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where the Mount Ararat is.
I don't know what it is, but okay.
Oh, it's in like the Turkey. What's
Okay.
the other country? Is it Albania? I think it's not Albania. I've forgotten the other country. One of my friends is from there. I digress again in my digressing. But everybody wants to figure out where the ark is so that they can, I guess, check the validity of the story that is in the Bible. And I think there have been some findings surrounding that.
They said I don't know how to, but they saw like the indentation
exactly
of that.
exactly.
I mean, I saw that people looking for the Garden of Eden too.
So that,
but I think the Garden of Eden that done, it's been hidden from our sight.
I don't know.
So I mean, God.
I don't know.
Again,
I'm not saying anything. I don't know. I don't know.
Write it down. When we get to heaven, we'll ask God. God has a lot of things to answer. Sorry.
But yeah, there have been, everything that is in the Bible, people have tried to either prove or disprove. And in their quest to do either, they find things that most often corroborate the things in the Bible. So we've all heard of the Shroud of Turin, which is...
I have not heard of that one.
They said it has the imprint of Jesus's face from the tomb. That's the Shroud of Turin. We have stuff like that. People have excavated every single place that was written in the Bible, that people stayed here, da. But
I heard in India they built like churches on like some, I've forgotten which apostles it is, but then there are churches built on
like their tombs or something.
I guess so. I think. I don't. That's what my boss was telling me. My boss is Indian, by the way. But that's what he was like. He was so usually like sometimes people like some of our bosses go for trainings in India. When they come back, they tell us about like what they saw, and they have like a day where they go on like a tourist tour, whatever. So they show them like, and apparently that's one of those churches is like one of the biggest churches in the world.
Okay.
So they said it's built on top of which apostle it is, but it's one of the apostles in the Bible. I've forgotten. I'll check and find out. But
update
it's
you
one
next
of them.
episode. Speaking of one of my favorite things that I've seen is in Abu Dhabi. It's called the Abrahamic Family House. I don't know the validity of the claim that was indeed Abraham's family house, but when you go there, they've built a temple for Christians, they built a mosque for Muslims, and then there's a Jewish synagogue for Jews, because all of those three big religions all came from Abraham. And so it's really a wonderful thing to see, like all of those things.
So buy me a ticket so I can go and see some. Talking to you out there, wherever you are.
Watch it, like it, so that we can become influencers for Christ. Traveling the world, unveiling all the wonderful things that the Bible
travel influencers, but for the biblical tourist attraction. We go to the river now.
The temple
we'll go touch the temple. We'll go to the tomb of Jesus. We'll look for the manger where he was born.
And we'll go to Golgotha. We're not going to die there or anything, but I just...
But yeah, so yes, Noah and the ark and his animals lived in peace and harmony, and everything was okay. But it wasn't just 2 by 2. Like you said, there were some 2 by 2, but then it was 7 pairs of clean animals and 7 pairs of every kind of bird.
I presume it will be clean birds as well. I presume.
Well, they did have. Oh, that means pigs were in part. I mean, pigs were just 2 by 2.
2 by 2, yeah.
Oh, poor pigs. That's sad.
Actually, 2 by 2.
But no, have you actually like ever thought about it? Like you are home with your brother, your dad is busy doing construction. You're like, oh, it's just dad working. Dad's like, you know what, guys? Well, obviously, you would have to have to from that. Yeah,
They probably might have ridiculed him as well. Who knows? Like if you told me you were building an ark,
you would laugh at me.
I would laugh at you.
Why would you laugh at me?
No, because like
knowing the Bible, why would you laugh at me?
No, like it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't. You see, I don't know, but certain things are, should I say,
unbelievable.
Not unbelievable. It may be intentionally left unfilled in terms of details, right?
No.
We don't know if Noah was a carpenter. If he was, then it would make sense him building something like that. But if you told me you were building an ark, I'm not even sure I would sit inside. Even if I saw it raining, I would take my chances in the rain. Like I wouldn't trust, like, you to build an act
Guys,
that would, you know.
this is how much trust my best
No,
friend
I wouldn't
has in me.
I wouldn't put that much trust in. Like if I told you I was building a skyscraper, would you?
I would trust you.
Yeah, I wouldn't even trust myself. I would sell it to people and not go for the commission. I'm telling you. I haven't done engineering in so long that I don't even think I remember anything.
Why are you electrical engineering?
You did mechanical.
You did my bad.
Yeah. I did
It's a mechanic.
I did
So guys, if you have any cars that have issues,
that one I can fix it for you.
Can fix it for you.
That one.
It's a mechanic.
But yeah. Back from all the digressing.
And now I'm a drug dealer.
She means pharmacist. She means pharmacist. She sells legal drugs. She sells legal drugs.
I saw was it yesterday where I think there's a trend on TikTok or somewhere they're saying describe what you do, but like make it sound illegal. So yeah.
I think yours will be the easiest.
Mine will be the easiest.
Yeah. Drug dealers. Anyway, so I was like, much like the apple, you know, we came to a conclusion where, not logically, but it sort of makes sense the more you think about it, why we think it's an apple. Same for
the whale. Yeah.
But with this, it was a little bit more difficult because
why they would say too much.
Yeah, why would we just, because it's not like it's wrong or we are adding details, it's actually removing details. Do you see what I mean?
Well, I think okay, so from looking from the perspective of a teacher teaching kids, if you want them to have like a pictorial understanding, it's very hard to explain
72277.
like and again, I mean, usually we know that things come in pairs. You have male, female, right? And so since you have male, female, it's very easy to explain that.
I think you even said it at the start. Like that's why you thought.
I mean, it makes sense. Male, female, you have, and we all know that animals are very unscrupulous in their. Only a few animals. I had like penguins and lobsters and swans.
Like I'm saying, they mate for life.
They say they mate for life.
Penguins that they can even go and with dead penguins.
That's what I'm saying.
So that has been a National Geographic.
That's what I had like, okay, no, I had for swans though, it is one mate for life. Lobsters as well, it is one mate for life. I think those who watch Friends, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. One like mate for life. Penguins, I heard is true, but I don't know how true it is.
Penguins do the thing with dead penguins. So they don't kill. Penguins are killers.
All I know is penguins and dolphins have really good PR. Okay.
Yeah, those guys are evil.
Dolphins are very
evil.
Wicked.
Evil. Yeah.
Sea creatures. I have heard that they are bullies.
They are. They smoke. Is it pufferfish? I think.
Yeah.
They get high
on pufferfish. Hey, goodness gracious. But sometimes I was saying, I thought it made sense to me because I mean you need two to make more. And so if you have a male and a female,
that's it.
Yeah, Gucci.
It's actually because true when you think about it.
Even if you like the example of dogs, for example, I've seen dogs give birth. Okay.
Yeah.
If you put a dog puts to birth, it can give birth to like
9, 10.
9. And after the 10 and 9, even if
3 may die.
Even if 3 are boys or 3 are girls and 1 is a male, it will repopulate the other 3 for you to get. So that's what I mean. So I didn't really question it. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense 2 by 2. Why?
It makes sense.
And it's much easier for I think the brain to picture. But you have to picture 7 pairs. First of all, in context as a child, I didn't know what clean animals were.
Yeah. It's not something that they teach us.
Yes, I didn't know what clean animals were, right? So as far as I'm concerned, clean animals are the ones in my house. So my dogs and my cats and my whatnots, all right? So that is one. Plus, it's easier to imagine
2.
Straight line, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, and again, illustrations also didn't exactly help because that is what they show. They show like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So logically speaking,
it makes sense.
It makes sense why you you'd picture it that way.
Mine. You know me. I keep saying I always ask the dumbest questions, but I always wondered, like a mosquito, a cockroach. Like why, bro? We could have just left those guys to die. Like
But apparently, I heard cockroaches can live in like the most
yeah, but I think
terrible
water
conditions.
is the thing that they don't like. I think they like moist places, but probably not
The
water.
cockroach snacking, they can be very sneaky. They can creepy
I keep
crawlies,
that's something that keeps pissing me off because like
butterflies,
I don't mind butterflies. I like they're cute. Like
rats, mice.
exactly. But the thing about those is they also feed on.
It's a circle of life.
But then again, if cockroaches and stuff didn't exist, then those rats and stuff might also have died out, and then we'd have all been fine. But then we digress.
So write it down. We go to heaven and ask Noah
We
how it all
digress.
happened. We can
We
set Noah
digress.
and God down and then ask for details.
We digress. Yeah. So again, this one doesn't really it doesn't change the story,
Yeah.
but it's taking away from the
yeah.
Bible.
I just actually, because I remember the day I read it, and meow, like I found out about this thing last year. Okay, my whole life it was 2x2. I have lived by the action song, but I found out last year when I was reading Genesis again, and you see sometimes. So I think another thing that happens is when we get to stories that we've heard before, we don't pay attention because we think we already know. So this house, I was reading, and then I was like, wait, hold on a minute, wait, where did 7 come from?
Yeah.
And then I went to him. So I remember I was teaching the kids in class one day. I've watched what we're talking about, what I was teaching them, and then it sort of went into no, I was telling them that everything reading the Bible is like it's not stories, it's real. Like the places,
I mean, there
the
are
people.
stories, but like
No, I'm saying like the places that I don't want to say stories to them because they think about it. I think that was
it's a narrative.
it's a and I was telling them that did they know that so I asked them how many animals, like how did Noah, and like 2x2. I'm like, actually not 2x2. If you read the Bible, it says 7, and I asked them to open their Bible to that page, and they were all like, oh wow. So I think it's something that happens where because we assume we know, we don't pay attention when we are reading. So maybe that is why we've lived our whole lives thinking that
it's 2x2.
2x2.
Yeah. I remember, now that I'm even saying it, I remember, is it the children's Bible? It has like a picture of the ark door open and then the animals are
going
in, up, and you actually see
it's 2x2.
I think there was a giraffe, then like a
there's
gazelle.
A giraffe. I saw a giraffe, there's a deer, there's an elephant.
Exactly.
I think there's a lion or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's 2x2 as well. So
there's all pictures of like the ark, then the animals surrounding the ark, everything like 2. So that's and it's always the big animals as well. Like the animals that we know, like not the cheetahs, but like the lions, and then if you see the birds, like a dove here and a pigeon there, and yeah. So yeah. National Geographic. After all this work we've done for you, National Geographic.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
I'm trying to find I don't like paraphrasing scripture, but in Revelation, there's a part where Jesus says that when he's giving the revelation to John, that anyone that takes away from his word, there's like a punishment associated with it.
Yeah.
So when I was like doing this and I got to the 2x2 and this, I was wondering that does this count? But I hope it does. I think it doesn't. I'm not 100% certain.
I feel like that was in context in terms
the
of
prophecy.
Not prophecy, but then I've always thought about like take away from his word to the point where like the word either loses its meaning or you use the word.
It's specific to that prophecy. The exact words are, I warn everyone who hears the words of this scroll. If anyone adds to them, God will add to that person the plagues described in this.
Okay, so that specific prophecy.
Yeah.
But then again, I think even if you're looking at general context, I feel like it is if maybe you take away so much so that the word loses its meaning or it is twisted into something against what God is standing for, then that
makes sense.
Thunder or fire you wherever you are standing.
That makes sense.
So
it says that if anyone adds anything to them, God will add to that person the plagues described in this scroll. That's all the things described in Revelation. And if anyone takes words away from this scroll of prophecy, God will take away from that person any share in the tree of life and in the holy city, which are described in the scroll. He who testifies these things says, yes, I'm coming soon. Amen. Come, Lord Jesus.
Hallelujah.
The grace of the Lord Jesus be with God's people. Amen. That's actually the end of the Bible.
The grace of the Lord be with you.
That's the end of the Bible. So we're done. We're done with the episode. I'm kidding.
This guy.
I'm kidding.
Story number four.
Number
Yeah, 4. Right.
Number 4. This one.
Every Christmas.
They lie to us. I don't know whether it's intentional or unintentional.
I don't think it's intentional.
Because every nativity scene, if you are new to Christendom, nativity is basically the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
So they do the whole wrapped in swaddling clothes, placed in the manger. You have the shepherds, you have the animals surrounding the manger.
Mostly cows and donkeys and goats, but yeah.
Exactly. Then we have the 3 wise men. So this one, there are so many things wrong with it.
Number 1, the number of wise men. It's not 3, man.
Yeah.
We don't know the number.
We don't know.
It just said wise men.
It just says wise men. For all we know, there could have been thousands. Could have been 1. No, it can't be 1.
2.
Yeah, it could have been 2. But it could have been thousands. But what I've seen people say is that usually, historically, that company of people did not travel in light groups. Because it was a long journey to make, right? I think they said they would have traveled some 800 miles or something. Between 800 and 1,500, something around that. There is no way like 3 people were going to make that journey, right? You would make it with other people, probably for security, probably also to make sure that like
logically speaking, come between people.
It wouldn't add up, right?
And usually wise men were rich, obviously. They had
they would be learned.
I mean, they were in the king's palace.
Yeah.
Giving advice to the king. Because when the king found out about it, he said he called his wise men, invited them to. So I'm sure. I mean, because then again, if that's longer journey, you would need to have people with you to help in terms of setting up your tent, feeding, cleaning, cooking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably.
Yeah. Actually, you know.
Or maybe they were a company of people, but only 3 people entered.
Only few people. We don't know if it was 3.
I mean, I'm assuming, playing devil's advocate here. If it was 3, although yes, they travel in large groups, it could be they had like
just the 3,
but
just the rest were people follow back.
Common floor members, maybe being devil's advocate. But you're going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that this whole traveling in companies is something that I had been thinking about on a different like tangent altogether. You know, when Mary and Joseph and Jesus went, I believe it was the Passover. It says that they did not notice that Jesus was not with them, and they had traveled for I think 3 days.
Yeah. I'd have been angry as a mother.
When you think about it, you think that they are very negligent parents. Like, how can you travel 3 days and you don't realize?
I didn't think they were negligent.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. Like,
I didn't think they were negligent.
If it's a father, a mother, and child.
Because I felt like, if you look at the context, Passover was always in terms of like a family.
Yes, but it just mentioned them.
Yeah, but then I'm saying, then again, I like to think extra for them. So when they said, I'm like, I mean, it makes sense. Because if, for example, I'm traveling with my family members, and I have my auntie, I have my grandma, I have my cousins, and my parents are also there, and I'm not with them. If I don't see my parents, I probably assume that maybe they were my aunties back there, or they are with something
that's exactly what.
I just think that maybe not like negligent per se, but because they felt like they were in safe company, so they just assumed that if he's not with me, she's probably with Elizabeth and John the Baptist. Or he's probably with I don't think it was negligent.
And that is actually the truth. But for me, it seemed instantly to my modern nuclear family oriented brain. If I'm not with my mom and my dad, like we are traveling, and you guys have not seen me for 3 days, you guys are negligent.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
maybe. Well, then again, I come from a big family, especially on my mom's side.
I mean, so do I, but still.
I mean, I just never thought about it like
Nah,
Mary,
me, I'm
Joseph, Jesus. I always thought about like it was a. I say I'm sure even at that time his brothers were also living and breathing human beings. So I'm sure they assumed that
Yeah.
maybe the cousins or the. Plus, again, I feel like if you are traveling with the same group, I think it's a 3 day journey. Obviously,
I think they traveled 3 days before they realized it wasn't them.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if in going travel 3 days, that means in coming.
No, I'm like they did not get to where they were going. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like when they were going,
Yes.
they traveled 3 days and they realized that
Yes.
so
it was more than
so
3
like
days.
it was more than 3 days. But I'm saying that when they were coming, I'm saying people that they came with and people that they went with. So I'm
Yes,
sure
yes,
along
yes.
the way they made like friends and company and stuff like that. And so they're like,
Yes.
oh, maybe Jesus is with Deborah in the back there chatting and so
Maybe.
yeah. And that's why Jesus was sassy, because I mean to tell your mother that don't share my I'm not share my father's house. The mother I would have been very angry.
But she understood.
And she
Yeah.
kept all these things
She understood.
in her heart. But yeah, what were we talking about again?
We were saying beforehand that there is more than likely that the wise men may have traveled in a
Yes,
company.
in a company. Yeah. Yes. So that is one. It wasn't
It
didn't state that it was the number of wise men. Number two.
No, I think we have to stay there a little. I think you know how we always talk about why we assume what we assume.
Oh yeah. So I mean, there were 3 gifts.
Yeah, gold, frankincense,
and myrrh. And some people, I mean, 3 gifts. So you make sure that there's 3 people that bring in the 3 gifts. So yeah, maybe that's why people assume there was 3.
But the more you think about it, the more you realize that it could have been 6 people, 2 of them each giving gold, 2 of them each giving. It could have been 50 people, with all of them bringing the same 3 gifts.
Probably.
We don't know.
Yeah, but like I said, human brain always likes to simplify and make things easier to understand, because as a human being, it wouldn't make sense to me. Maybe that's just me. It wouldn't make sense to me if 50 people are bringing the same kind of gifts for one human being.
But it happens.
How?
I'll give you an example.
Give me an example.
When you have any organization, not even just the church, businesses, whatever, when you are bereaved or when you have a child or you are marrying or something, they give you a package. Church will call it welfare.
Yeah.
It is presumed that singular gift came from that entire organization. Every single individual that makes up that organization came together and gave you one single gift. So why is that so easy to understand that 100 people in an organization can come together to give you one envelope? But it's so difficult to understand that many people can give 3 gifts.
That's probably because you see the organization, right? If you are saying like it's like an event or something, it's going to multiple people at the place. So I'm not looking at as an individualistic, like the entire organization has come to your house to hand you like the gift. Do you understand? So you are saying from a point of like, if maybe like there's a program or an event and an organization gives somebody a gift, it's like a group of 50 have given somebody one particular gift, right? But I am saying it's like an event setting in a space where like context wise it kind of makes sense. It's very from like the entire organization coming to your house, all of them pulling up individually in their cars, coming to your house and saying that, Joel, we have come together as an organization to give you one particular gift. And even with this, it's just one. But I'm saying that like this is have 50 people. Each of them is carrying gold. So one person will come, gold for Jesus. Another person will come, gold for Jesus. That's how I picture it.
I'm not saying that each of them brought. I'm saying that why is it easy for us to understand that an organization can give an individual this, like let's say the entire Ebenezer Methodist has come together to give a fever this iPad.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. Why is it easy for us to understand it like that? But it's hard for us to assume that like a company of wise men presented 3 gifts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So like,
I think
imagine it as a hamper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As a gift hamper, and then the whole wise men are giving you gold, frankincense, and
But you
myrrh.
see, it didn't come as a hamper. It came as
We
gold,
don't know.
frankincense, and myrrh.
We don't know. We don't like. That's my point. We don't know. So why are we like making assumptions where it doesn't give us the details?
Because, like I said, the brain tries to make sense of what doesn't make sense. Having to be in a position where, like, somebody is saying, perfect example, you are listening to a song. It gets to a point, having them be saying, you have put your own lyrics in the song so that it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah. So
my
brain,
point
like
is-
the brain is such that,
so
and
there were
not,
three
I
gifts.
mean,
There were three
the
gifts. It must be three
the
men.
logical side of the brain is such that it tries to, like, and I may be wrong, any neuroscientist out there can correct me, but it tries to make sense of what doesn't make sense. So it tries to find a reason for everything. Because I listen to a song, because I mean, speak people's handwriting as a pharmacist. To my doctors out there, I love you. I really do. But y'all's handwritings can be crazy. And if, for example, I know a particular medication and I see the name of the beginning and the end, I will automatically
Yeah,
fill in the blank. Yeah, because my brain wants to make sense, and it's what I know is what, like I said, what you know is what you work with.
Yeah.
So we are reading in the Bible that they said wise men. You read further and it's like, oh, what's three gifts? I mean, if it's three gifts, it makes sense that three people brought three gifts. Do you understand?
I get
If
it.
it had said wise man, would have been like, would also assume that one person brought all three gifts. But it said wise men. And I mean, it makes sense. If it's
But
wise men, three gifts.
You see that's my point. Like, why is it easy for us to do that connection, but we cannot think of it as wise men from the east? Okay, so if let's say I say I don't want to mention any company's name. That's why I'm like struggling to convey my thoughts.
Apple. Sponsors.
Okay. Let's say Apple Co. As in Apple seed O dot.
Yeah.
Brought three gifts. Why is it not why is it easier for us to say there were three gifts or there were three men?
But even in that instance, right? People won't say Apple Co. As in like the entire world. They'll point to one person.
Nah.
They know Apple Co. as a company, but then they'll be like, oh, it's not like the entire company. It was one person who made that decision.
Yeah, but
and it went to someone. On the outside, I'm saying that it will say Apple Co. on the outside, but then my mind won't go to like the entire company of Apple sat down deliberate. I'll be like, oh, maybe their HR or their board of directors deliberated and tried to give one person the
you
gift.
still say it's
Because
Apple.
even if you even look at church, for example, yes, they present it as the entire church, but you and I both know it is not the entire church.
Yeah, but when you receive the gift,
you will thank the entire church for courtesy reasons.
Yes, but that's
but we all know that the back you go and thank the one who gives you for real.
This one there I disagree.
I'm just saying.
Completely disagree.
We have digressed. Okay, not really.
No.
But yeah,
on topic.
So that was
the first.
That was the first mistake.
The second mistake,
yes.
which I think is even more grievous than the first one.
Why?
Is the fact that we add them to the nativity scene because they were not there. Like they simply were not there.
The manger.
They were not there. They were not at the inn. They were not at the manger side. They were not there.
They met him in his house.
They were not exactly. That's what the text actually said. That like they came to a house. And then the thing that busts my mind is in Luke chapter 2. It's very, 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 very clear.
No,
because I have to drive home that point. It's very clear that it was the shepherds that actually abandoned their sheep and rushed there.
Yeah.
And this was after the angels came and sang the whole
holy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to understand how, like, this one is not even like we are simplifying. No. We are taking two things that are perhaps very, very loosely related, and we are like fit all of them into one scene. That's, to me, it doesn't make sense. That I cannot explain. Like everything that we've said so far, logically, you can make a connection. Like, apple hang on a tree, bites, it's beautiful, we move. Noah 2 by 2 is easy to remember. What was the third one? Jonah whale, big fish, whale, smooth. But this 3 wise men, 3 gifts, perfect. Logical reasoning. Even though I'm saying that organizations could have, still perfect reasoning, 3 gifts, 3 men. Boom. They were not there. How do we like reconcile that thought? I don't know if that makes sense, but
This used to frustrate you.
it pisses me off. No, it pisses me off. I'm not even joking. Like, actually pisses me off because
Oh, goodness gracious.
it's from two very different timelines. It's like me telling a story about, I don't know, the independence of Ghana,
Mhm.
and then somehow talking about Golden Jubilee as well. Like, yes, Ghana gained independence, and 50 years later we celebrated Golden Jubilee.
That was a time though.
But it was. If you don't remember, you're too young to be watching Conversation. Actually, I'm kidding. You're never too young to watch Conversation.
Ghana at 50 was a
That was
time.
2007.
That was peak.
That means next year is 70 years.
Yes, yes, 70 years.
Interesting.
That was peak celebration, I tell you.
Again, if we are telling the story of the independence of Ghana, we wouldn't talk about Ghana at 50.
Yeah.
That comes like after.
Yeah.
So why do we find it so easy to, I don't know whether the word is blend, like two different timelines together?
I don't think the Bible, you see, I think what happened was, this is, again, devil's advocate here. Did the Bible ever states when they left? Like when they left the
When who left where?
Mary, Joseph, and the baby, when they left
doesn't
there.
tell us.
It doesn't tell us when the Bible is left the inn. And again, I think you should understand that this story is told 3 different times. Matthew,
The Magi is not even in Luke. It's not
but
in Luke.
is in who and which?
It's in I think it's in Matthew and
Mark,
It's not in
right?
Luke.
Yeah. So it's
I
in
could be
okay.
wrong,
Yeah,
but I'm checking. I'll check.
Actually, no, look.
I'm checking. I'll check. Yeah, it's not.
It's not in Luke.
It's not. Luke talks about the birth of Jesus, talks about Anna and then Simon at the temple. Then we go to John the Baptist straight into.
Yeah. But so I think again we have Matthew and you have Mark, right? Both telling about the wife and blah 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 blah. And honestly, I think Matthew says
Mark doesn't say it.
Mark doesn't say.
Mark doesn't say it.
So
Mark starts from John the Baptist prepares the way, then goes to the baptism of Jesus, then the testing. Jesus announcing the good news. So it's only Mark.
So Mark doesn't mention the birth of Jesus in any way.
Nah. Mark starts the beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet. I will send my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare a way, a voice of one calling in the wilderness. Prepare the way for the Lord, make straight the path for him. This is like a reference to Isaiah. So Isaiah 40 verse 3. And so John the Baptist appeared in the wilderness. Then we go to verse 9. It says, at the time, Jesus came from Nazareth and was baptized.
All right, that's fine. That's cool.
So
it's only Matthew that mentions the best.
Magi. Just the Magi. He's the only one.
The who now?
The wise men.
What's that? What else have you hearing? I hear manga.
Magi. Or Maggie. Magi. Magi.
What happened to Royku?
I don't know.
Anyways.
This is another day. I don't know what's going on today, man.
But I think so. I feel like for natural progression of things, again, the brain likes to simplify. It was never stated when they left the inn or the manger, right? And again, you see, it's not in like sequential order. Do you understand? So it's very easy to fit and then try and make things sequential. Because I mean, it makes sense. A child is born, shepherds come in, a king hears about it somewhere, sends his wise men to come and investigate.
That's not even in Luke as well.
Yes, yeah, but I'm saying like a king somewhere hears about it, sends his wise men to investigate. So it is easier for it to make it seem like right when the child is born is when the star appears, is when the king summons them, is when they go to wherever the child
the king didn't summon them all.
I mean, the king calls them to help understand whatever is going on and then sends them on their way to go and do their investigations. Like, it's very easy to picture it in one scene. And I think for me, I'll give an example. If you are watching a movie, you don't watch the movie, or even let's say a series, just a perfect example. You don't watch the series in terms of this is happening over a period of time. Watching this happening in an episode. Do you understand? So when you watch, so you see how things move quickly. Next, you assume that this is one episode. So if the episode started on a Monday, you are assuming that by a
Everything is-
Tuesday or a Friday, everything is happening in a Friday. Especially if you're watching a detective show. But we all know that in reality, in real life,
takes longer.
investigations take like months, years for it to happen. But if I'm watching one episode, it happens all in one episode. So it makes sense. So I think that's what happened. Even though whatever happened over a progression of time, you read it in one context. So you see it in that one context. That's probably why they mix the two together. Right. So that is for the logic. That is for the logical brain. But then obviously it doesn't happen that. And for me, it's very for I came to that episode thing, realization thing like recently. Even though I don't watch movies much anymore. But then it's like we are so used to watching things in like a singular moment. Give it like one singular context. You don't make it look like like you are not used to thinking about the progression over time. Because if you read the Bible, it's possible that when they went to Jesus, he was like 3 or 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Because it was probably like years after he was born that they went and then they found him. So I mean that is how I think people think. I could be wrong, but if you have any theories, you can put them in the in the comment section.
It's wild because we've crossed an hour and we haven't gone to the last one. But I think we'll just we can't do it without the last one.
Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little long, but don't fine. It's not our fault. We're digressing a lot from National Geographic and Apple Co. So please,
the last one,
put them in the comment. We would like them to sponsor us.
The last one, which I think is even a little bit, is similar to the Magai situation, but probably a little or a lot worse. So Mary Magdalene, right? I know we were having a conversation about this before, and I think I don't remember if you said you've heard anyone say it before or not, but
people have said.
People very often regard her as a prostitute.
Oh.
People very often regard her as a prostitute.
Just labeling us.
And
so sad.
I think what makes it very troubling is that the Bible actually never says that about her. It never says that about her.
So who came up with that theory?
I don't know.
We must find him.
I don't know.
Because I know it's a him, not a she. Is that him? It can't be a she.
This is probably how it happened.
It's gotta be a him.
Filling in details that don't exist.
It's gotta be a him. But y'all are quick to label us.
What the Bible actually says about her is Luke chapter 8 verses 2. It says that Mary called Magdalene, from whom 7 demons had come out. Full stop. That's literally as much of a biography
that they give her,
that we get about her. So I don't know how we've been calling her a prostitute, sex worker, an adulterer, all of these things, which we don't even know what demons she was having. It could have been depression, anxiety, and all of these things.
Or the 7 great sins.
You know what's even worse? Now that I'm even thinking about it, if you watch The Chosen, right, which is basically a creative retelling of the very early part of the New Testament story. So
I still haven't watched
it. Which is a really nice show. It's something that's helped me to visualize mentally when I'm reading the New Testament. But even that, in that show, they depict Mary Magdalene as not just a prostitute, but as a prostitute who attacked her clients. That's how she's depicted. So the demons in her, instead of letting the clients pay for the service, after they are done with whatever it is they came to do, she beats them up and chases them away.
Wow.
That's what they depicted.
She's a strong woman.
Crazy. None of the people in the brothel could hold her down when she's like that. And then she'll go and get drunk on top. That's how she's depicted. So you can just imagine what other people think of her, right? But the Bible never says that about her. And the reason why
I can't logicalize it.
You can't.
Except,
I tried to.
Except maybe men on trash.
I tried to. But then
I never said that.
There's another sinful woman, the one that breaks the oil. Even then, she's not even described as a prostitute. So I don't know where that's.
Well, probably because I think back then expensive oils were always tied to that particular class.
Oh, but rich people would have definitely had expensive oils.
Rich people are not always always going to go and break their oils to clean somebody's
probably
feet.
not.
So
Probably
probably
not.
that's why. Because, you know, I mean, if I got a Gucci perfume and I got money,
Wow.
why would I go and break my Gucci perfume,
But-
Gucci Flora?
But think about it. You know, time is fast spent. Time is fast spent. But no, honestly, like it's not something that is even if you stretch the text as much as possible. It's not there.
It's not in there.
It's not there. So why?
I don't know why.
In the West, like
I
the
don't know if
West,
there are any Bible theologians who could tell us why. Because I don't know why. Because I also used to think,
she was you see.
yeah.
I wonder how many people think that about
I'm sure
her.
there are lots of people who think. I mean, if you are saying even the chosen, and I believe
That's how she's
and
depicted.
I would like to believe that the people who are behind the chosen are Christians, and they did like proper like fact checking and
Well, part of it also is that they have to make it kind of dramatic, right?
yeah, I know, but
Because as much as it's a biblical
yeah, I
thing,
know,
they
but I'm
want
saying,
it to be
yeah, I know, but then
enjoyable.
like even it's biblical, you don't want to stray too much from
the source text.
the source text.
There's been a
Like
bit of that.
there's a difference between like a book adaptation and a biblical adaptation.
Yeah.
You understand? Because
Thomas had a
Bible
girlfriend
is
in
God.
no, I'm saying in the chosen. And his girlfriend dies and Jesus doesn't resurrect her. And then Lazarus dies and Jesus resurrects him and Thomas gets pissed off.
You see, now I don't watch the choosing.
No, you should.
Because
You
what
like
I'm talking about.
take the good with the bad and work with the good and leave the bad.
Anyway, Sha.
But anyway, I say all of that to say that the one thing that many people remember about her is not even true.
Yeah.
But then there are 3 things that are actually more important about her, which we do know factually happened to her, with her. One is that she's one of the all the disciples scattered. Even Peter, brave, courageous, I will die for you, Peter.
See, Peter was dealing with guilt.
Ran away.
Insecurity.
Ran away. I think it was only John. He was the last disciple at the
So
cross.
he said that he's the one God loved most.
Clearly, he loved
That
Jesus
guy.
the most as well. No, but if he was
I
the
mean,
only one,
true.
it proved it. But Mary Magdalene was at the cross. She witnessed the crucifixion.
Yeah.
She witnesses the burial as well.
Yeah.
She was the
witnesses the
first to
resurrection.
exactly. So these are 3 like of what makes us Christian.
So that's actually
What makes us Christian is the death, burial, and resurrection. And she was there for all of it.
Yeah.
So if anybody, the first Christian, literally the first Christian, has to be her. Has to be her because she was the first person that saw all the, maybe even the only person.
I blame the patriarchy. I'm just kidding.
She was the first person to witness what we have built a faith on. The death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. And yet all we remember about her is
what we misremember about her.
Actually.
Because it's not fact.
It's not factual. And so all the long talk about Adam and the apple, I've removed Eve. Adam, Eve and the apple.
The patriarchy.
Jonah and the whale. Noah and the 2x2s. The Magi.
Noah and the 2x2s?
Yeah, Noah and the 2x2s. The Magi and the nativity scene. It was basically a building up to this. That this is something that we flat out remember incorrectly. And not just that, we mislabel her and forget all the true things about her.
Yeah.
Which are things that we should actually remember.
Sure.
You know, one of the... See, I know that we are saying the episode has gone on for long.
So on behalf of all Christian Mary Magdalene, I'd like to say sorry. We never meant to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
We acknowledge that you were a big contribution to Jesus' ministry and ministry of the disciples.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you for that.
We do.
We shall meet in heaven.
Amen.
XOXO. CBNG.
Amen.
Your Bible bestie.
Yeah. But it's just painful. And the thing, you know, the Bible labels people sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the woman with the issue of blood.
Mm-hmm. The adulterous woman.
But even the woman with the issue of blood, the crazy part is that the label that Jesus gives to her is daughter. But somehow we remember her as the woman with the issue of blood because, again, it's easy to remember.
So they started her, she had been reading for
12 years.
12 years.
12 years. But yeah, my point
Why
is
did
that maybe we will tackle this another time. Like how we label certain people in the Bible for singular moments of their lives. And that's not necessarily the truth
we'll
about
talk
them.
about identity.
Yes, it's true. Next episode, identity. First person, Thomas. We always call him a doubter. You and I would have done the same thing. I think even the disciples. Next episode.
You are heated.
Next
My
episode.
brother is heated.
Next episode.
He wants to cook.
Next episode. I think you know what? I think you should just close us. We are an hour and some change into it.
All right, guys. So this has been episode 7
Episode 7. Yeah.
of Conversations. I believe you've learned a lot. I believe you've laughed a lot.
I hope so.
I think we have laughed a lot.
I've also gotten angry. in case you
He's
can't-
gotten angry a lot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking and staying. And guys, do not just watch our TikTok videos and our Instagram videos and stay there. If you want more information, enter the YouTube.
Go there.
The comments. The link is in the bio. Don't see me in public and say I watched episode. Ask you to say watch it on Instagram. My brother, my sister. Enter the bio. The link is in the bio. We are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And this has been a fun, interesting, engaging conversation. And so, thank you guys for sticking and staying. I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Jay.
Peace out.
Yeah. I have so much more to say. I have so much more to say, actually.